Hey, how's it going? If you're watching, cool. If not, I will probably record this video. Actually, I'm going to record this video and I will publish the recorded version later since the Wi-Fi's are probably slowed down a little bit and YouTube has probably slowed down the bit rate at which you can view such videos. So, to that end, I will publish the recorded version in high definition later. But this video is a video about escaping the coronavirus boredom. Now, most people aren't saying coronavirus because they don't want to get demonetized, but I'm not monetized anyway. I got demonetized about a year ago because there weren't enough hours of video viewing. So we'll solve that problem this year by making other videos. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. What I'm going to do is actually first, let's tell everybody about this video. I need to get a guinea pig, and we'll use Mikey as our guinea pig, but I need to get a guinea pig to sign into my meeting so that I can show you what it looks like to meet with someone or several someones in Zoom. So let's start by bringing up our Zoom meeting or our Zoom account, and then we'll create a new meeting for Mikey and Owen to join us in. So I'm here in Zoom, and I'm going to go to my account. And in my account, I'm going to create a new meeting. By the way, this account, I pay for this account because I do lots of other nifty stuff, so I'm licensed. But you can actually do this for free. You can go to zoom.us, and you can create an account, and you can meet with several of your friends or colleagues or students or classmates, and you can meet for free. You lose a few of the features, but if you just want to hang out with your friends and watch TV or watch YouTube videos and chat and whatnot, Zoom is a great tool for that. But with the, I think it's $14 a month for the Pro account, not only can you meet and record those meetings, you can actually take those recordings and you can share those recordings later on so other people can view those recordings. But for now, we're just going to create a new meeting. It's a bunch of recording from my anti-social distancing party. By the way, I'm going to be having another anti-social distancing party tonight, so I'll leave details about that in the description if you catch this video today. So we're going to schedule a new meeting, and we're going to call this meeting Zoom Demo. Show how to meet and record and what? And share screen and video. Oops. In Zoom. All right, it's 3:30 now, so we'll set that meeting up. See if we can say we only get half hours if we want a meeting at 3:45. Can we do that? 3:45. No. Oh wait. 45. Ta-ta. There we go. No. It rounded it to 4. Okay, fine. So 4 o'clock then. And we could make registration required, which would mean that Mikey and Owen would have to give me their email address. Yeah, let's make them register. So this is great if you're trying to make sure you have email addresses so you can correspond with the attendees to your meeting, or if you're a teacher or a consultant for that matter, and you want to share some information and have your potential clients come and consume that potential information. I guess if they're consuming, it's not potential anymore. But come and consume that information, and then you want to see who it was that watched your video or watched your information, so you can email them marketing information and spam later on. Then you'd want to have them register for your meeting. So I'm making this registration required for this meeting. I'm going to have it generate a meeting ID automatically. I'm not going to require a password because I'm only going to send the invite to a couple of people, and it's not going to be out there long enough for anybody to get into it. But if I wasn't requiring registration, I might want to create a password and and only let certain people in, right? But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to turn video on for the host and video on for the participants, and we're only going to use computer audio. I'm not going to worry about doing dial-up or anything like that. I'm also going to enable people to join before the host, which is me, and I'm going to mute them on entry, so I don't have to listen to them breathing when they're not talking. So if they want to talk, they can turn their microphones on. And then because I'm going to start this meeting and send the meeting invite to these guys right now, I'm going to enable the waiting room so they can join the meeting and wait in the waiting room until I'm ready to sign in and show you guys what Zoom looks like inside of a meeting. Now here is where we could say only authenticated users can join, in which case only people that had the password or were able to sign in would be able to join our meeting. And I'm automatically going to record the meeting in the cloud. You have to record the meeting in the cloud to be able to have the meeting viewed later on demand. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. And now that that is saved, I can go and share the meeting invite with Mikey and Owen. And actually, I'm going to do that on my phone. And then on my phone, I can easily text it to them. Okay. So I sent the meeting invite to those guys. and they should be able to sign into the meeting. And while we're waiting for them to sign into the meeting, we can look at a few other things here. Bear with me for just a moment. The meeting invite is loading up kind of slow over here. Let's see who we've got. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. So I sent Mikey and Owen the meeting invite, but let's go ahead and take a look at a couple other things while we wait for them to get signed in. I actually have the meeting running on my phone, so I need to make sure I shut that off. Go into the meeting, in the meeting on my phone, and then I'm going to start the meeting over here. Webinars. I'm just going to refresh by going to webinars and jumping back over. And while we're waiting for that, little bit of me on camera. So, how are you guys doing on this coronavirus lockdown we got going on? I've got my cozy. Where's that? Where's the cozy logo? There. No, the comfy. I've got my comfy sweatshirt / blanket / hoodie on, and my pajamas, because we don't go outside. There's nothing to do out there. Everything's closed. But I am going to go to Costco as soon as I'm done with this video and get a kayak to keep myself entertained over the weekend here. Anywho, let's go ahead and jump back into it here. We're going to start our meeting in Zoom. And Zoom demo, we're going to start that up. And as that meeting starts up, it'll prompt us to open the Zoom application, which I've already downloaded. It's already here on my local machine. And once I get the meeting started up here, actually you can see Zoom started up on my other screen over here. So let me pull it down so you can see what's going on. I'm going to join with computer audio. And you see it automatically started recording my Zoom meeting here. My microphone is unmuted, and supposedly my video is on. Somehow I doubt that. Let's go full screen. For some reason, I feel like my video is probably fighting with OBS for access to the video. Let's double check the video settings. Yeah, we're not seeing anything coming out of there. All right, let's try something here. We might have a problem. I won't be able to share video. Okay, well, I can't share video because I'm actually running the streaming software, which is using the video. So we might as well use the video since we can't use the video in Zoom. So they won't be able to see me in the Zoom meeting, but obviously in a normal Zoom meeting, you would not be live streaming. Well, I suppose you could be. In fact, over here in the More menu, we can go live on Facebook, on Workplace by Facebook, and also go live on YouTube. So you could very well be running a Zoom meeting, and then from within the Zoom meeting, live stream to YouTube or Facebook. But since what I'm trying to do is demonstrate Zoom, I can't very well be in the Zoom meeting already and then live stream to YouTube because you wouldn't be able to see the Zoom interface. So having said that, if we look at the toolbar along the bottom here, there's a few key things that you should be aware of if you are using Zoom. Number one, by default, in most cases, your microphone is going to be muted. So if you see a little red slash over the microphone, that means nobody can hear you talking. So make sure you click that microphone, and when you see little green level show up, that means that the microphone hears you and you are transmitting audio out across the interwebs. Now, if you don't see the little green levels jumping up and down there, that probably means that the wrong microphone is selected. So you see this little up arrow next to the microphone. If you hit that, it will give you a list of the microphones that are available on your computer. Now, I'm using voice mod because I might want to make my voice sound funny like
this, so I can make funny noises because I'm bored. I'm locked down with coronavirus.
You know, you don't have to do that, but voice mod is a free application, so you can use voice mod to change the sound of your voice. But that's why I'm using that microphone, the voice mod microphone. But I could use the microphone array on my laptop. I could also use my Blue Yeti stereo microphone, which is actually what I'm using. My Blue Yeti microphone is being captured through voice mod, and voice mod is either changing my voice or not changing my voice, and then broadcasting that sound. And I've got my second screen hooked up here to my 40-inch Samsung, so that's where the sounds are coming out. Although I probably should be wearing headphones, but the sound, if there was any, would be coming out of my my second monitor there. And that's all I need for that. If your video isn't working, same thing. You hit the up arrow next to video over here, and you can see which video camera you have selected. Now, I'm on my laptop right now, and the only video camera I have connected to my laptop at this moment is the webcam, because it's cold downstairs where my studio and my desk and all the cameras and lights and stuff are. So I thought I would stay up here warm and cozy in my comfy sweater hoodie blanket thing. So I'm just chilling on the couch, so I don't have all of my normal studio resources. But what the hell? It's coronavirus lockdown. I figure I would come at you natural. How most of you guys are probably looking at home on your couch right now. And if you don't have one of these, you should really head to Costco with your mask on and get yourself a comfy sweater blanket, hoodie. All right, where's Mikey? I expected that Mikey would have got in here by now. Let's see if we can get us a Mikey. And while we're waiting for Mikey to come along, let's test out this whole concept of screen sharing. So I've got only 2 screens here, but I can share either one of my screens. The second screen is running the live streaming software, so I don't want to stream that or share that. Actually, I can go ahead and share that because that's not going to come out over YouTube. That's only going to go into the Zoom meeting, so Mikey will see that, but it won't cause the normal, how shall I say, it won't cause the normal multiple screen mirror effect. Let's see here. Damn it, that was backwards. I shared the wrong screen. Let's try that again. I want to share, not that screen. Yeah, no, I do want to share that screen. No, it's backwards. So I think I switched screen 1 and screen 2 after I fired up Zoom. So I think, yeah, there we go. Wait, screen 1 is that screen. Screen 2 is that screen. You lie, that's not what it is. Yeah, no, that's not right. I don't believe it. Weird. I can't really tell which screen I'm sharing. So let's see if I can show participants. We still got no Mikey. So anyway, I'm just gonna pull this down to the other screen here. So when you share a screen, what you get is this minimized view of the toolbar. So now I can see my microphone is not muted in the meeting. I can click on participants and see a list of the participants in the meeting. Right now it's only me, but once other people show up, they'll show up in the list here. If I want to mute them as the host of the meeting, see me, I am host, I can mute whoever I want, including me. I can also rename people. So if people come into your meeting and they have silly names like SpongeBob or something like that, you can change their names in the meeting so it's something that makes sense to you. I can also come up here, and where I've got my toolbar here, I can actually go and choose to invite additional users. So it gives me the option to email using my default email, to use Gmail or use Yahoo, or just copy the URL to the meeting, or I could copy the invitation itself. Now, you could jump over to your email. I'm not going to pull my email up on the screen share here, but imagine, if you will, that this chat window, this is where the chat window is, by the way, from the More menu, we have chat, and I could paste that Zoom invitation in here. Now, obviously, this is what I would send an email. You were invited to a Zoom meeting now. Please register. I should say please register for the meeting, but please register the meeting. Zoom.us meeting register, and then the unique ID for the meeting. And then after registering, you will receive a confirmation email containing information about joining the meeting. So because I forced them to register, that's probably what's taking Mikey so long. He's having registration difficulty. But before they can get into the meeting, they have to register. And that's where we capture their email. Of course, that's completely optional. I didn't have to do that. I just wanted to show how registration could be forced, in which case everyone that attends your meeting, you have their email address. All right, we'll give Mikey a few more minutes here, and then we'll call it good. But while we're waiting, let's do a poll. So if we have a bunch of people in the room here with us, maybe we're teaching a class and we have 15 students, and we want to ask them some questions. We can press the Add Question button here. And in the background, it loads up our Zoom meeting where we can create a title for our poll. Hey, what happened? I must have hit enter by accident. So anyway, we got our poll here. What to do on Corona lockdown? What are you doing to keep yourself entertained? Netflix, YouTube, sleeping, going for walks. Those are our choices. So now I could launch polling. And as the as the host, I can see the results. But each one of the participants would have received a ping in their Zoom application showing that there was a for them to respond to. And as each one of the attendees responds to my poll, I would then see the results of said poll. In addition to polling, we can annotate, and for that purpose, I have my handy dandy tablet here. So let's grab some red ink, and we can draw stuff wherever we want to draw stuff. Apparently, I'm not much better with the with the tablet than I am with the mouse. Let's see if I can write my name. Actually, yeah, that's way better than I could do with the mouse. So clearly, if you're in the middle of a presentation, do I have PowerPoint running here? Well, imagine, if you will, I have PowerPoint running. With PowerPoint, I could bring up my PowerPoint presentation, and I could annotate my PowerPoint presentation. I smell smoke. It smells like my fire got unruly. Let's pause for a moment, double check, and make sure my house isn't burning down while I'm doing YouTube videos. Be right back. Yeah, by the way, I saw my Puget Sound energy bill yesterday. It was $400. I never spend this much time at home with the heat on and hot water running and stove running, oven running, multiple computers running. I'm usually not here this much, but I haven't left the house. Well, I mean, I went to Costco a couple times, but I haven't left the house really for like 2 or 3 weeks. So, using a lot more electricity and resources, my carbon footprint has definitely increased. So, like I said, after this video, I'm going to go get myself a kayak and try to spend most of the rest of my Corona lockdown on the lake in my kayak. Anywho, let's clear off our canvas. Oops. Clear off our canvas. And we'll continue with our little Zoom demo here. So we can annotate, and we can create breakout rooms. So imagine, if you will, that you have 10 students in your class, and you want them to work in groups of 5. Or, you know what, let's say we have 12 students, and we want them to work in groups of 4. We can create 3 groups, and we can place the students randomly in those groups. Or if we know that Timmy doesn't work very well with Jill, then we can manually create those groups and separate Jill and Timmy so that they don't cause a ruckus in the classroom. Then we can create those breakout rooms, and we can either assign people to those rooms, or, as I said, we can have the rooms assigned automatically. And then we can open those rooms up. Now, they won't open now because I don't have anybody in those rooms. We can open those rooms up, and those students would then be able to talk amongst themselves with their microphones on, and the only people that would be able to hear them are other people in their room. So if we want teams to compete and build some solution that we're going to grade or whatever, we can have them communicate and collaborate in their own breakout rooms where they can't hear what the other teams are doing. It actually works out a lot better than having the people in the same room, because people eavesdrop on other people's solutions. But this way, you can have those teams work separately, and after they've worked out their solution, then you can bring them all back to the main room. You can even set a timer. So if this exercise is supposed to take 15 minutes, you can set the breakout room timer for 15 minutes, and then after 15 minutes, the breakout rooms automatically close and all the participants automatically return to the main session. All right. So that's breakout rooms. Also, by the way, once the breakout rooms are created and the students are entered into those breakout rooms, the instructor can hop back and forth between the 3 breakout rooms. So I could go into room number 1 and talk to the people in there. And again, only the people in that room would be able to hear me. And then I could go to breakout room number 2 and talk to the people in there, and so on and so on and so on. It'd be basically like taking people in one room and physically putting them in 3 separate rooms where you can walk into those separate rooms and talk to those people. Nifty little tool. I don't use that as much as I should. Also, you can pause and stop your recording. When you stop your recording, it starts processing your recording, making it ready and available for sharing, so people can register and listen to that video or view that video later. If you pause the recording is waiting for you to come back and use it again later. Oh, look at that. We have a Mikey. Michael Manning has entered the waiting room. So let's admit Mikey and let him in. What's up, Mikey? Mikey's getting connected there, getting his headset on. I got no video, Mikey. My video is broken. Are you unmuted? Let's look in the participants window. Mikey, you got no Mikey. So you can see, obviously, that Mike has video. But, oh, there's Mikey's mic. Unmute. There you go. Say something. Nope, now you're muted again. I unmuted you, but then I think maybe you unmuted yourself, so it got muted again. Unmute. Unmute all. There you go. You should be unmuted now. Yeah, I can hear your TV. Say something. Maggie. Can you hear me? Mike, can you hear me? I swear I hear his TV or something. Mike. Oops. So clearly Mike's microphone is working. So let's send him a message. So, wait, no, my microphone is working. It's jumping up and down. So clearly something is going out. Now I don't hear his TV. Well, anyway, so this is a common issue with it's that my internet is mad because I'm doing too much. There's Mikey back with the video camera, but this is a common issue, which is what prompted me to make this video. As people are attending your Zoom meeting, you might encounter you will encounter people that that don't have their microphones set up or don't have their cameras set up properly. So quite frequently, you'll spend the better part of the beginning of your meeting making sure everybody's cameras are turned on and microphones are set up properly. So one more time, the way that you check your microphone is you go to this little drop-down menu next to the microphone, or if you're running the full screen version of Zoom, as I was before, I shared my screen. So let me unshare my screen real quick. When you're running that full screen version, then the microphone is at the bottom, in the bottom left-hand corner, and you would hit the up arrow in that scenario. And at the top of the menu, it shows you which microphones that you have available. And because I have this voice mod application installed, I have an extra microphone there. And I also have my Yeti, my Blue Yeti USB microphone plugged in. But if I didn't have voice mod installed and the Blue Yeti microphone plugged in, all you would see here is the microphone array that's in my laptop. All right. I stopped sharing my screen, but my screen is going out on YouTube. But here, let me share the screen again. There. Now my screen is shared. So, can you even hear me, Mikey? You still can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, awesome. There, now I can hear you. Cool. All right. So, all I was doing in this video, Mikey, was illustrating how to set your microphone and your video camera and all that kind of stuff in a Zoom meeting. And now that you're in here, I can look in the participants menu, participant screen, which you can't see on my shared screen. By the way, I suppose that's a good thing to mention. When you're using Zoom and you pop these Zoom windows, the participant window, the chat window, any of these other windows, the polling window and whatnot. Actually, the polling window becomes a website. So, but any of the Zoom windows that have the little Zoom icon on them, if you have them over the screen, the attendees can't see that. But don't you see a little outline where this is, don't you, Mike? Is there something weird in the middle of the screen? Yeah, so that's definitely something to be aware of. You don't want to put this over the top of anything that you want people to see, but they can't see the list of participants and they can't see what's in the chat window. They can just tell that it's like a little grayed out rectangle that shows up on the screen, indicating that there's something on the screen, but you don't get to see it. So anytime you're trying to look at the chat window, you definitely want to make sure you move that off to a screen that's not shared. So I'm just dragging that up to my other monitor so that as I'm in my meeting here with Mikey, all Mikey sees is what I'm trying to share, which probably wouldn't be my Zoom meeting. It'd probably be something more interesting like YouTube. So I'm definitely not going to try to play any YouTube videos because I'm already eating up enough bandwidth just live streaming. But if I had a better internet connection and I hadn't used up all my datas, I could probably upstream or live stream up and YouTube down. Actually, you know what? I think I can go up and down. The down doesn't affect the up. So if I'm going to watch a YouTube video and I want Mikey to be able to actually see and hear that YouTube video, what I need to do is go to the menu here and choose.
Coming up in today's episode,
whoa, too loud. Hold that. What I need to do is come over here and share computer sound. So the really awesome thing about that, for those of you that actually do presentations or teach classes or whatever, is I can share the computer sound, but I also want to optimize my share for full screen video clip. But now I can play this video and I can mute my microphone in Zoom.
Model Y news
and Mikey can still hear me in Zoom, or rather Mikey can still hear the video in Zoom, but he can't hear me talking. This is a great tool, or a great feature.
Hey there, welcome to
for by the way, these guys I think are using Zoom as well. Looks like they're using Zoom to run their meeting as well. But the cool thing about this whole sharing computer sounds and sharing a video and then muting your microphone is if you have students that you want to show a video, but you need to make a phone call or something while they're watching the video, then you can actually mute your microphone, put a video on, make in this case, an hour and 22-minute phone call, because its video is an hour and 22 minutes, and put your microphone on mute, and nobody will hear you making the phone call, and you're still sharing your screen, you're still there. So, or better yet, if you've got the coronavirus and you're having a coughing and sneezing fit, and you don't want people to worry about you, you can put a video on real quick and mute your microphone while you cough up a lung. Anyway, so I think that about concludes my Zoom demo. Mikey, anything that I missed on Zoom? Anything that?
No, I think that was a well-rounded summary, Antoine.
Alrighty, so I just wanted to demo some of this stuff. I'll do a more formal Zoom demo. This was just kind of a impromptu live stream because a few of my buddies that joined me for the anti-social distancing party last week weren't Zoom savvy. Let's just say that they had a little difficulty getting their microphones turned on and their video cameras turned on. So I thought I'd put a little video together that kind of illustrated how to do that stuff. And as I'm finishing up this demo, I'm realizing that it could have been a little more concise and to the point, but we'll fix that next time. So that's it. That's all. Zoom demo from ProDataMan at home, chilling on the couch in my my comfy sweater, blanket, hoodie. All right, I'll see you guys.